Welcome back to Power Tips 365 with me, Shelley Fishel. Today we're going to focus on how we present our images. We're going to make those images snap, crackle and pop and apply different effects to them. So without any further ado, let's hop over into a PowerPoint presentation and start making our pictures look fabulous. Here we are back in that presentation that we saw a couple of weeks ago when we learned how to compress images. And here is a picture that I already have in this presentation. So if I click on the image, there you are, you can see that it's now selected. Note that the Picture Tools format ribbon becomes available. So I'll click over on there. And here I've got a huge range of different options that I can use to make my picture look snazzy. Now you'll see that I've already applied an orange border to this picture and a shadow. So I'm going to hop over to the next slide where there's a picture I haven't done anything to. And note that as soon as I click on it, my Picture Tools format button comes up. So the first thing that jumps to mind when we're looking at pictures is the Picture Styles gallery here. And this little button at the bottom will pop out all of the options that we have. And notice that we could make the picture go oval. I could give it nice rounded edges, pop it in a picture like that. And you'll see that the frame adjusts to fit the image beautifully. And it will scale up and down. So I'm just looking for something that I like. I quite like that tipped on its side. There's my one with the shadow. Oh, I don't like that one. So let's go back to this tip over on its side one and just click on there. And straight away my image has that particular attribute applied. Now I want to change the border of this picture because the white border on the white background doesn't stand out. So up here I have picture border and I can pick a colour. Now one of the great things here in Office 2013 is this eyedropper. And I've already done it, but I want to show you what this does. So I want the exact shade of blue as the border as I have over here in this box. So I'll click on the eyedropper tool and I'll click on the box and you'll see that it immediately worked. If I wanted it to be the exact same orange, I could go to picture border, eyedropper and choose the orange. So if you already have your branding and you've got something in your brand color, instead of having to go and find that color or remember the Pantone for it or the RGB values for it, you can simply pick it up. So I'm going to change that back. You'll see now that I've got under recent colors, both of those colors. I'm going to take that back to blue because I prefer it. Now you may also see there's a bit of a shadow over here. So if I come into picture effects, I can come to shadow and I can choose the type of shadow that I want. I don't know if you can see, but behind me the picture is changing to reflect the shadows that I'm on. I can change the picture layout. This isn't going to apply in my case, but I could, if I had a series of pictures, put them into a different layout. So bubble picture list, so I could have lots of bubbles. I'm going to undo that because I quite like this picture as it is. So what else can I do with my picture format tools? So I have the option of removing background, of making corrections, and that's really to the brightness and the sharpness of the picture. I could recolor it. So if I'm trying to create some sort of an effect throughout, maybe I'm going to focus on orange or perhaps blue, you'll see I can wash the picture, I can make it go dark and do all sorts of different, slightly different images and slightly different colors. I can choose artistic effects, so I can blur it, I can do all sorts of other things to it. And you'll see some of them are, I think, are actually quite awful. Some of them, depending on what you're trying to achieve, you might find the thing that you want. And there's our compressed pictures from last time. If I don't want to use this picture anymore, I can use the change picture icon and it will go and say, where do you want to get this picture from? It's having a little think. And I'm going to choose to work offline and go to from a file. And in here I can choose this picture instead. And you'll see that as soon as I change the picture, it resizes the placeholder. And I'm going to change that back again. Again, I'm going to work offline. I'm going to go back to the original picture. So how simple it is to make changes.
The other things that you can do is if you resize your picture, you can reset the picture back. So there's all the things that I did. I don't like it. I can take it back to its original. But I'm going to undo that. If I have lots of drawings and things, I can look at bringing things forwards and backwards and look at alignment and rotation. So I can rotate it around. And I can crop the picture as well if I want to. I can even crop it to a shape. There we go, a smiley face. Don't like that at all, so we'll undo that. And I can change the height. So if I know exactly how high and wide I want this picture to be, I can say, well, I actually want it to be 8 centimeters high, and it should keep the aspect ratio for me. And let's go, here we go. So I've said I want it to be 8 centimeters high. It's made it 6 centimeters wide. So again, I'm going to undo that so that we end up back where we started. So there we have how to format images in PowerPoint. Now, obviously, there's lots of things that you can do, and I've just introduced you to the Picture Tools Format ribbon. Remember, select your picture by clicking on it. This ribbon then becomes available, and then you can have loads of fun making your images look spectacular.
Remember, give us a call on 0208 203 1774 if you'd like your staff to become more proficient when using PowerPoint or any of the other Office 2013 programs. We're here to help your staff learn how to become more efficient and save each person on average 30 minutes per person per day. That's about a salary over the course of the year. So I'd love to hear from you. That's me, that's Shelley Fishel from the IT Training Surgery on 0208 203 1774.